Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Last night's U.S. presidential debate in Atlanta, Georgia, made a barroom brawl in the Bronx between two incontinent old-age pensioners look decorous. Biden and Trump reminded me of Statler and Waldorf, the quarrelsome geriatrics from the front row of the balcony on the Muppets. This political horror show had me pining for the dignity of the previous evening's depressing Sun-X-Starmer slanging match in Nottingham. Unedifying doesn't begin to do it justice. From the moment Biden wandered on stage and waved to a non-existent studio audience, it was frighteningly apparent that the leader of the free world is away with the fairies. If the president had been a racehorse at Ascot last week, the stewards would have put him out of his misery with a single shot to the temple. The game's up, Joe. I've long since believed that Biden won't contest the next election. From what I saw of the post-match analysis, the Democrats have concluded that, too. He was like Tony Soprano's Uncle Jr., stumbling around in a dressing gown, dribbling, not just pretending to be GAGA, but clinically certifiable. Biden couldn't string a coherent sentence together, coughing from the off like Theresa May during her disastrous Tory conference keynote speech which marked the beginning of the end for her undistinguished premiership. Risibly, the Democrats' spin machine tried to pretend that the reason Biden hadn't been seen in public for over a week was because he was suffering from a heavy cold. Previously, we'd been told that he was prepping for the debate at Camp David, the presidential retreat. You had to wonder why the president would have to go into Purda to prepare for a few softball questions from sympathetic CNN hosts, one of whom had previously described Donald Trump as literally Hitler. But Biden couldn't rise to the occasion, or even work out where he was. His rambling answers on everything from the shameful scuttle from Afghanistan to the illegal migration crisis on America's southern border were as incomprehensible as they were insulting. Before the debate, the Trump camp had put it about that Biden was being pumped full of performance-enhancing drugs to help him make it through the night. If you were thinking Viagra, or even just a couple of pints of Lemsip, think again. My guess is Imodium, to make sure he got through the 90 minutes on CNN without another unfortunate bathroom incident. This debate wasn't so much a car crash as the multiple vehicular pileup at the climax of the original Blues Brothers movie. Biden's toast. Dead man barely walking. But the Democrats' problem is how to get rid of him. They can't risk replacing him with his Veep, the gormless, grinning Kamala Harris. Houston, we have a problem. Maybe the fact that toothy California Governor Gavin Newsom was making himself busy in the spin room after the debate points to Plan B. Creepy Uncle Joe will get a highwayman's farewell at the party convention and Kamala will be taken into a side room and made an offer she can't refuse. The fact is, as this column has argued for the past couple of years, that not only America deserves better than the current clown show. Newsom should be the Dems candidate for president up against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a new generation offering a clear choice between big state, high tax, woke government and low tax, freebooting libertarianism. What has stood in the way of that showdown is the sheer vanity of Biden and Trump, who still thinks he was robbed last time out. Yes, Trump makes a lot of the right noises on tax, on the border, on law and order, on Iran, etc. But he's had his turn. The post-match quarterbacks on Republican-friendly Fox News were enthusiastically describing last night as a victory for Trump. Which, because of Biden's cringe-making meltdown, it probably was. But, honestly, Trump was kicking a cripple. It was excruciating to watch. If basket case Biden is Uncle Jr., then Trump came across as Phil Leotardo, Tony's resentful New York rival over the river. Trump's run is about getting even, admittedly with some justification. Biden has weaponized the state to declare warfare on Trump. Not that it's done him much good. Bad Orange Man is ahead in the polls, where it matters. My sister, who lives in Key Swing State, Michigan and works in finance, tells me the deal makers in her office are all backing Trump again after switching to Biden last time. Muck.